Hey guys, my name is Kate Hicks and I teach flute and recorders with lessonface.com. You can always find me there for private lessons. I love to teach both these instruments, and I also love to teach people young and old how to read music notes. So let's talk about this. It's a lot easier than you think, and there are some easy ways to figure it out, and I'm going to show you the tricks. So first of all, our music notes are written on the staff. The staff are these 5 lines, the music staff, and I always say the word staff. And we have 2 different clefs. We have a treble clef and we have the bass clef. And the notes are either a note that has a line that goes through them, or they sit in a space. They're between the lines, and they're called line notes and space notes. All music notes are either A, B, C, D, E, F, or G. There's no H through Z. So already that part is kind of easy, right? You're only dealing with A, B, C, D, E, F, or G. But how do you remember, oh my gosh, I'm looking at a note. Is that an A, B, C, D, E, F, or G? And sometimes you have to recognize it really quickly. All right, we have a couple of really easy brain tricks, and it's about memorizing certain sentences. Anybody can do this. So first of all, recorders, I teach the kids. These are the notes for the recorders, the blue ones and the green ones, and a couple of them up here also the recorder can do. But anyway, here's how to do it. If you're talking about the treble clef, those are the higher pitch notes, and you're looking at the line notes, you're like, oh, which one is that? A, B, C, D, E, F, or G? There are a couple of sentences to remember. So all you do is say the sentence, every good boy deserves fudge, and say it 10 times in a row so that you can remember it. Every good boy deserves fudge. Say it a bunch of times. Here's how it works. So starting on the bottom line, and this is only dealing with the line notes in the treble clef staff. Okay, every good boy deserves fudge. So therefore, this bottom line note is an E for the every line. Here's the good line. Good begins with a G, so that's going to be a G. Boy, that's going to be a B. Deserves, that's going to be your D. Fudge, and that's going to be your F. I made up a sentence a couple of years ago with kids. You can make up different sentences like, every girl becomes darling forever. That works too. However way you remember it works for, if it works for you, it works for me. So that's the trick for the line notes on the treble clef. Now, for the space notes in the treble clef, the green ones here, see how they sit in a space? All you do is just remember the word face. Space, 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 space. They rhyme. So starting on the bottom space, that's going to be your F. And the next space up, this one is going to be your A, and you're working up. This space, that's going to be your C, and this one up here is going to be your E. So again, F-A-C-E, and you're just spelling the word face. So that's pretty easy so far, right? All right, now we get to the bass clef. Now these are, like if you're playing piano, your left hand playing the lower notes, trombones, tubas, those are lower sounding instruments, they play within the bass clef. So again, it's a couple of sentences that you remember to help identify, am I looking at an A, B, C, D, E, F, or G? And here's how it works. So again, for the bass clef, for the space notes, all you do is remember starting on the bottom space, and you just say the sentence, all cows eat grass. So the bottom space is going to be all, A, cows, C, this note, eats, and then that's going to be your E, and then grass, that note is going to be a G. So again, all cows eat grass. Pretty nifty, right? All right, now, oh, here's a fun one. So for the line notes, trying to figure it out for the bass clef, there are a couple of different sentences you can do. One that you see written down is, great big dragons fly around, and that works, G, B, D, F, A. Now one that I made up a couple of months ago, I was fooling around talking to a student, and we were coming up with sentences, and here's what we came up with. Great big dogs fart a lot. I know that one's kind of funny, but it works and you can remember it. So the bottom line note for the bass clef, great, that's going to be a G, big, B, dogs, that's going to be your D, fart, that's going to be your F, and a lot, A. So G, B, D, F, and A. So here's something super cool that I actually did not think about or try to figure it out until honestly just a couple of months ago. This is how, I'm still learning stuff. Now for we flute players, we play a lot of high notes. We just plain do. And so the way I learned the high notes is I just memorized it. I had to play them over and over again. I just remembered, oh, that's a B, that's a D, that's an A, that's an E, that's a G. I just know it because I've seen it so many times. But then again, when I was talking to a student on Lesson Face, I was teaching her how to read high notes. And I just stopped for a second and realized, oh my gosh, let's make up some sentences for those high notes, which I'd never done before. And for the space notes above the staff, these are higher pitch notes. Here's what they are. G, B, D, F, and A. Well, guess what? It works for the same sentence for the bass clef that are line notes. And when you look above the staff, above the treble clef, where space notes, it's the same sentence. Great, big, dogs, fart, a lot. G, B, D, F, and A. I laughed when I figured that out. And, that's the beauty of music. You're always learning stuff. And then for the line notes, let's see. That works for this sentence also. All cows eat grass. But it's opposite. That's for the space notes in the bass clef. But then for the line notes above the staff, all cows eat grass. A, C, E, and G. Pretty nifty, right? Okay, and then just know that the only note that is not attached to either staff will look like this. It's called middle C. So let's see here. I think it's a lot easier for you now, right? Just remember some sentences if you can't figure it out. But then what is so awesome is eventually, after a while, obviously when I'm playing, I don't have time to say those sentences in my head. Your brain just is a beautiful organ in there, and it's just wonderful. And your brain will just tell you what the notes are, just like really fast. And it's really cool when that starts to happen. But at any rate, that is how to figure it out. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. You've got a bunch of nifty sentences and, all these little brain tricks. If you figure out others, go for it. And it's just so much fun to learn to play music. Again, find me on lessonface.com. If you have any particular lesson that you want me to talk about, comment below and I'll put it up for you. And I hope you are all having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.